Start.
Okay. So chemical kinetics we are going to start now. See its weightage is 8 mark chapter for PU. 1 mark question 1, that is question number 4. 2 mark question 1, that is question number 13. And 5 mark question 1, that is 30th question. So total weightage of this chapter for PU is 8 marks. Okay. So now what are the topics we are going to study in this chemical kinetic chapter? See once. Here first one is rate of reaction. What is the rate of reaction? So what are the factors which affects the rate of reaction? So that now we are going to study now. See factors. What are the factors? Means concentration and temperature and catalyst. And in case of gaseous reaction, that means when a chemical reaction takes place in the presence of gases species. So then we have to take pressure instead of concentration. We are taking the pressure. So why? Because means the the gaseous substances will show pressure. That's why we are expressing the concentration in terms of pressure. Okay. So next order of a reaction. So next rate law expression and rate equation. And other one difference between order and molecularity of a reaction. And what are the methods of determining order of a reaction and mechanism of the reaction. That means these are the topics we are going to discuss in this chemical kinetics chapter. Okay. So first of all, what is rate of reaction? What is rate of reaction? We are going to study now. See. So for further, consider an hypothetical equation like a reactant R gives products P. See the equation. Reactant R gives P. Okay. So initially at time t equal to 0 seconds, suppose the concentration of the reactant is take 5 molar. So at the time, at that initial stage, the concentration of the products becomes 0 because at the starting of the reaction there is no concentration of the products. Okay. So at the time t equal to t1 seconds, if the concentration is 4 molar, then the product's concentration becomes 1 molar. At the time t equal to t2 seconds, if its concentration is 3 molar, then the concentration of products becomes 2 molar. And if the concentration of at the time t equal to t3 seconds, if the concentration is 2.5 molar in case of reactants, then the products becomes 2.5 molar. So like that reaction is going on, like that chemical reaction is going on. That means what is the meaning here? As time changes, the concentration of the reactants also changes, as well as products concentration is also changes. So here what kind of changes are takes place in case of reactants and with respect to products? See, with respect to reactants, what kind of changes takes place means the concentration of the reactants is going to decrease, whereas in case of products the concentration of the products is going to increase. Okay. So now what is the rate of reaction? That means as time changes, the concentration of the reactants and products also changes. That means what is rate of reaction? Means the change in concentration of reactant or product by unit time interval is called as rate of reaction. See the equation. What is rate of reaction means? What is rate of reaction means? Change in concentration. Of reactant or product by time taken. Change in concentration of reactant or product by time taken. See what kind of changes takes place in case of reactant and in case of product means, right, decrease in concentration of reactant by time taken. And with respect to product, increase in concentration of products by time taken. What is the rate of reaction with respect to reactants? Decrease in concentration of reactant by time taken. And with respect to product, increase in concentration of products by time taken. That means in a unit interval of time. That is called as rate of reaction. graph for reactants and products. See the graph, how it will come. Okay, see once concentration of reactants versus time, concentration of products versus time. See, initially what happened here, if you observe the kinetic data, initially it's a 5 molar. After time t3 seconds, it becomes 2.5. That means what happens here? The concentration of the reactants is going to fall. So how it shows graphically? See like this. And with respect for products, if you take concentration CT graph, means concentration versus time graph for products. So here if you observe this kinetic data, initially concentration of products is 0, but after time t1 seconds it becomes 1 molar. After time t2 it becomes 2 molar. After time t3 it becomes 2.5. So initially 0, but as time changes, it is also going to increase. The product's concentration is going to increase. How graphically it shows means like this. So it is for reactants, and it is for products. That means it is the graph of reactants. That is a CT graph of reactants, and it is a CT graph of products. Okay. So when you observe this, how you got this graph means according to kinetic data, which is called as kinetic data. Okay. So according to kinetic data, we will get this. Speed of a reaction is measured in 2 ways. One is instantaneous rate, other one is average rate. So what is average rate? What is average rate means? It is the rate of reaction defined over a given interval of time. See, rate of a reaction defined over a given interval of given time interval, or we can say given time interval, or a given time interval. So take one general equation. See, R gives products at time t equal to 0 seconds, its concentration becomes C1, and at time t equal to t1 seconds, its concentration becomes C2. Then suppose you take it as a T1 and take it as T2. At time T1 concentration of reactants is C1, at time T2 concentration of reactants is C2. Then R average means average rate of reaction equal to del C by change in concentration by change in time, which is written as C2 minus C1 by T2 minus T1. Whereas here C2 minus C1 is the change in time, which is given as a del C, and T2 minus T1 is the change in time, which is given as a del T. Here C2 minus C1 is the change in concentration, okay, in a time interval. So it is given as del C, where T2 minus T1 is the change in time, which is given as a del T. Okay. So what is del? Del is the large interval. Okay. So to measure the R average, we are using a del. To measure the R average, we are using a del. Okay. So next, what is the instantaneous rate? What is instantaneous rate? See, instantaneous rate means rate of reaction defined at a given instant of time. See, its R instantaneous is given by change in concentration by change in time, which is small. Here, what is the indication of small d means? It is a small time interval. Okay, so delta t is the change in time. Okay, so what is instantaneous rate of reaction and what is average rate of reaction? See, instantaneous rate of reaction means it is a rate of reaction which is defined at a given point of time. So it is given by R instantaneous equal to dc by dt. How graphically we can calculate the average rate of reaction and instantaneous rate of reaction, see once. Okay, see graphically. See now average rate of reaction and instantaneous rate of reaction. See graphically how we can obtain. See, if we take a CT graph. CT graph means concentration versus time graph of reactants. See, it is the concentration. It is a, what you call it. So y-axis we are taking it as a concentration of reactants. Okay, whereas this is also concentration of reactants, and it is the time. Okay, by an x-axis we are taking a time. Okay, on x-axis we are taking the time, and y-axis we are taking the concentration of the reactants. Okay, now if we take this at time t1, its corresponding concentration of the reactant is C1. At time t2, its corresponding concentration is C2. Then R average is given by minus of C2 minus C1 by T2 minus T1. So why you are taking minus before this C2 minus C1? Why you are taking minus? So why you are taking minus means C2 is a smaller value, whereas C1 is higher value. So C2 minus C1, lower value minus higher value, will get negative. No? So we will get negative. Average rate of reaction becomes negative. First of all, rate of reaction, it's never be negative. Rate of reaction, it never be negative. So to show that, we have to take minus. What is the indication of minus in this case means? It shows that the concentration of reactant is going to decrease. Okay, it never shows that rate of a reaction is negative. Okay, rate of reaction is the positive quantity, it never be negative quantity. So that's why to show that we are taking a minus. What is the representation of minus means? Simply it indicates that concentration of the reactants is going to decrease. Okay, so it is a time interval t2 minus t1. It is a time interval. What is the time t1 to t2? What is the change in concentration? What is the change in concentration? That is called average rate. But instantaneous rate, how you are calculating in the CT graph means is simply instantaneous rate. Means at a particular point of time, see, at a particular point of time t, okay, take a corresponding point on this graph. See, at this point we have to draw a tangent to that curve. That means we have to draw a tangent to the CT curve. To that CT curve, we have to draw the tangent. On extending the tangent, we will get dc and dt, which is instantaneous. That means whose ratio will give the instantaneous. dc by dt will give the instantaneous. According to mathematics, dc by dt is, you can say, the slope of a certain graph. Okay, so here minus dc by dt, we can have dc by dt, we can call it slope of a CT graph. Okay, so dc by dt is the slope of a graph. Therefore, here simply R instantaneous, according to this CT graph, R instantaneous equal to nothing but minus slope of CT curve. CT curve, or we can say CT graph also. CT curve or CT graph. Okay. So CT graph's negative slope is nothing but instantaneous rate. It is given by minus dc by dt. Okay. But one more important point is R instantaneous is equal to R average. When it is R average means when delta t is tending to 0. Delta t is tending to 0 means what is the saying here? What is the meaning? T2 minus T1 is tending to 0. T2 minus T1 is tending to 0 means it indicates a particular time that t. At the time t, the change in concentration is nothing but R instantaneous. At a time t, the change in concentration is nothing but change in concentration of reactant or product is nothing but R instantaneous. Okay, so these are the two ways we can measure the speed of a reaction. One is average rate of reaction, another one is instantaneous rate. Okay, so average rate means it is nothing but rate of reaction at a given interval of time, whereas instantaneous rate. It is the rate of a reaction at a particular point of time, at a particular instant of time, is called as average rate of reaction. So instantaneous rate of reaction is average rate of reaction is represented by del C by del T, whereas instantaneous rate of reaction is represented by dC by dt. So simply it is a small interval of time. Small interval of time means nothing at a certain point of time. It is the instantaneous rate. Okay, students, now we are going to write the rate of a reaction for some reactions. Okay, so by taking some examples, we have to write the rate of a reaction. See here, A plus B will give C. What is the rate of a reaction? For this reaction, write the rate of a reaction. See, rate of a reaction we can write in terms of reactants, that is A, and in terms of B, and in terms of C also we can write the rate of a reaction. Rate of a reaction we can write in terms of A, and in terms of B, and in terms of C. Okay, that means rate of reaction we can write in terms of reactants and in terms of products also. Okay, so now rate of reaction in terms of A is change in concentration of A by change in time, change in concentration of B by change in time, plus change in concentration of C by change in time. It is the rate of a reaction in terms of A, in terms of B, in terms of C. Here what is the indication of minus A? Minus dA by dt. What is the indication of minus dV by dt? What is the indication of plus dC by dt? Here nothing but minus means disappearance of reactants concentration. Minus indicates that disappearance of reactants concentration. Nothing but that is disappearance of A, whereas it indicates the disappearance of B. It indicates appearance of C. Okay, appearance of C. Appearance means increases, disappearance means down, decreases. Okay, so rate of reaction we can write in terms of reactant A, in terms of reactant B, and in terms of product C. Okay, so what is minus dA by dt means nothing but disappearance of A, and it is disappearance of B. That is nothing but rate of disappearance of A, and rate of disappearance of B, and another one is rate of appearance of C. If we take stoichiometric coefficients of reactants and products, the stoichiometric coefficients of reactants is 1, and the stoichiometric coefficients of product is also 1. That means here in this equation the stoichiometric coefficients of reactants and products is equal to 1. Okay, so we got like this. If the stoichiometric coefficients of reactants and products are not equal to 1, then at that case how to represent the rate of reaction in terms of reactants and in terms of products. Okay, so how to obtain the rate of reaction when stoichiometric coefficients of reactants and products are not equal to 1. At that case the rate of disappearance of reactants and the rate of disappearance of products should be divided with respect to their coefficients, then like that. Okay, now how to do that, see once. Okay, take one equation in which stoichiometric coefficients of reactants and products not equal to 1. Okay, mole it is N2 mole, it is N3 mole. Okay, now we are taking an equation in which stoichiometric coefficients of reactants and products are not equal to 1. So for this kind of reactions, how to express rate of reaction? See here, rate of reaction equal to 1 by n1 minus 1 by n1 n up 1 upon n1 into change in concentration of A by change in time minus 1 by n2 into dB by dt plus 1 by n3 into dc by dt. Okay, so here the rate of the reaction for a chemical reaction in which stoichiometric quotients of reactants and products are not equal. So for that reactions, the rate of disappearance of A should be divided by their quotient n1. The rate of disappearance of B should be divided with its quotient n2, whereas rate of appearance of C should be divided with its stoichiometric quotient n3. So why should we divide like this? Why should we divide with the stoichiometric coefficients? See, why to divide? Why to divide by stoichiometric coefficients? See, for that, take one equation like A plus 2B will gives 3C. A plus 2B will gives 3C. Okay, at time t equal to t1 seconds, concentration of reactant is A, concentration of product is concentration of A is A and concentration of B becomes B. Okay, product becomes nothing. Okay, so for this reaction, let X is the degree of dissociation. Let X is the degree of dissociation. Okay, so let X is the degree of dissociation. Now at time t equal to t2 seconds, at time t equal to t2 seconds, how many moles of product is formed means 3 into X. How many moles of reactant is left means P minus 2X. How many moles of how many moles of reactant A is left means A minus X. Okay, at a time t2, how many moles of product C is formed means 3X. How many moles of reactant B is left means B minus 2X, and how many moles of reactant A is left means A minus X. Okay, so this is we already learned from Ostwald's dilution formula. According to first year chemical equilibrium Ostwald dilution formula, I already explained in the previous last class now. In while you are discussing about solutions and colligative properties chapter, there we discussed what is Ostwald dilution law. So from that we got like this. Okay, so according to Ostwald dilution law, for a chemical reaction, if X is the degree of dissociation, then product becomes 3X, and reactant how much is left, how much of this B is left means B minus 2X, and how much of A is left means A minus X. Okay, now for this one, rate of disappearance with respect to A, B and C, write a rate of disappearance and appearance. Okay, now rate of disappearance of A equal to rate of disappearance of A means what? Change in concentration by change in time. No? So change in concentration is how much? A minus X, that is a T2 concentration, minus initially Ca by change in time, that is T2 minus T1. It is nothing but A cancel, we get dx by dt. What is that? Dx by dt. Okay. In the same manner, rate of disappearance of B becomes how much? Rate of disappearance of B becomes how much? Minus 2 into dx by dt, 2 into dx by dt. The same manner, rate of appearance of C equal to less 3 into dx by dt. See, if you observe this, rate of disappearance of A is minus dx by dt, and rate of disappearance of B is minus 2 into dx by dt, and rate of appearance of C is plus 3 into dx by dt. Actually, if it takes a chemical reaction, so for one chemical reaction we will have only one rate. It doesn't have more than one rates. So if you observe these three rates, here what it shows, rate of disappearance of A and rate of disappearance of B, rate of disappearance of C. These three are different. So to get a unique rate, that means here what is the main important point here? For a one reaction we will have only one rate. It doesn't shows more than one rate. Okay. So if you observe this data, rate of appearance and disappearance of reactants and products. Okay. If you observe this data, see here it is minus dx by dt, it is minus 2 into dx by dt, it is plus 3 into dx by dt. These three are different. No? So when we will get one rate means when we are dividing that disappearances, appearances, disappearance of reactants and appearance of products with respect with their coefficients, we will get a one rate. See how we will get means rate of reaction, rate of reaction in terms of A, that is minus dx by dt, and divided by its quotient is how much, A quotient is how much, 1. So here no need to divide because its quotient is 1, so we will get the same value. Now rate of reaction in terms of B. Its here its value is how much, minus 2 into dx by dt. It should be divided with its quotient 2. When you are divided with its quotient 2, these two are cancelled. You will get minus dx by dt. Okay. Now rate of reaction in terms of, now right here, rate of reaction in terms of C, that is how much, that's 3 dx by dt, and it should be divided with 3. And what will get? What will get? Less dx by dt. When you observe this, see, in terms of A, the rate of reaction is minus dx by dt. In terms of B, the rate of reaction is minus dx by dt. In terms of C, the rate of reaction is plus dx by dt. It is a product, that's why it got plus. So anyhow, if you observe this, in terms of products and in terms of reactants, the rate is same now. That means for a given reaction, only one rate is present. More than one rate is not possible. Okay. So that's why to get a unique rate, that is nothing but to get a only one rate for a given chemical reaction, we have to divide the rate of disappearance and rate of appearance of products with respect to their stoichiometric coefficients. What is the main point here? Now see the equation. Okay. Now from this, if you take this one, minus dA by dt it shows that rate of disappearance of from this minus dA by dt, which indicates the phase of disappearance of A, rate of disappearance of A. Whereas when you divide this rate of disappearance of A with their stoichiometric coefficient, you get minus 1 by n1 into dA by dt. Gives rate of reaction in terms of A. Observe the difference. Minus dA by dt will shows the rate of disappearance of A, whereas minus 1 upon n1 into dA by dt will shows the rate of reaction in terms of A. Okay, so that is the rate of reaction in terms of A and rate of disappearance of A. Differences. Okay, now take some problems. How to calculate rate of disappearance and the rate of appearance and rate of reaction in terms of respect to reactant and product. See some problems. So before that, write one note point. One reaction we have only one rate. One reaction we have only one rate. Okay. Since one reaction we have only one rate, that's why in case of chemical reaction where the reactants and product stoichiometric coefficients are not equal to 1, at that case the rate of disappearance and rate of appearance should be divided with their stoichiometric with respect to stoichiometric coefficients. Okay, that means note point 2. Rate of reaction can be calculated. Rate of reaction can be calculated by dividing rate of disappearance of reactants or by dividing rate of disappearance or rate of appearance of products their stoichiometric coefficients. That is, the rate of reaction can be calculated by dividing rate of disappearance of reactants or rate of appearance of products with their stoichiometric coefficients. These are the root points we have to. Okay, so one reaction we have one rate. So that's why we have to divide the rate of disappearance of reactants and rate of appearance of products with their respect to stoichiometric coefficients. Okay, see the problem. For a reaction, 2 moles of N2O5 will give 2 moles of N2O4 plus O2. Here, if we take the equation, if rate of disappearance of N2O5 is 0.5 molar, moles per 0.5 molar per second. Okay, and calculate the rate of appearance of O2. So first of all, for this reaction, should write rate of a reaction with respect to N2O5, with respect to N2O4, with respect to O2. So first of all, we here no need to involve the term N2O4, okay? Because regarding N2O4, we want data is not well. So here at this case, we can write the rate of reaction in terms of N2O5 and in terms of product O2. Okay, now write the rate of reaction. Rate of reaction equal to minus change in concentration of N2O5 by dt. Okay, so we should divide with this its quotient, that is how much, and plus change in concentration of O2 by change in time. Okay, so here what is given? Rate of disappearance of N2O5 is 0.5 molar second inverse. Here rate of disappearance of N2O5 is given, that is 0.5 molar. Okay, and what is the rate of appearance of O2? Then it is given the rate of disappearance of N2O5, that is how much? 0.5. So 1 by 2 into 0.5 molar second inverse equal to plus, which is called change in concentration of O2 by change in time. It is called as rate of appearance of O2. It is nothing but 0.5 by 2, how much? 0.25 second inverse, that is the rate of appearance of O2. Okay, rate of appearance of O2. Okay, so students, I'm sorry to say this, here we forgot one important point, that is what are the units of rate of a reaction? What are the units of rate of a reaction? We forgot that. See once. Units of rate of a reaction. See, first of all, what are the units of rate of a reaction? To do that, rate of a reaction is given by change in concentration by change in time. Anyhow, here change in concentration means this term is the concentration term, this is the time factor. It is the concentration factor, this is the time factor. So what are the units of concentration means? Mole, liter inverse. And what are the units we can measure in terms of seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks and years. Okay. So now we are taking the time, units of time is second. Therefore, units of rate of reaction is mole, liter inverse, second inverse. Okay. Units is, what are the units? What are the units? What are the units of rate? Units of rate of reaction is, mole, liter inverse, second inverse. Okay, so this is applicable in the case of aqueous phase reaction. That means when a chemical reaction takes place in the aqueous medium. Okay, suppose if in a chemical reaction, reactants and products are in a gaseous phase. At that case, we won't get mole per liter concentration. We won't get. At that case, we have to take partial pressure, because gaseous substances will exhibit which one? Pressure they will show. Gaseous substances will show a pressure. At that case, which is called, in case of gaseous phase chemical reactions. In case of gaseous phase chemical reactions, see, in case of gaseous phase chemical reactions, units of rate is given by units of rate equal to change in pressure by, we get a change in pressure by change in time, which is change in pressure, which is the pressure of reactant or product. Pressure of reactant or product. In case of that, you can take atmosphere, because pressure is measured in terms of atmospheres also, no? So that's why we are taking atmosphere. By time is in seconds. It gives atmosphere second inverse. See once here units of rate when the chemical reaction takes place in units of rate when the reactants and products are in a gaseous phase. See, change in pressure per change in time. So pressure is measured in terms of atmospheres, no? So units of pressure is atmosphere and units of time is second. So then units is atmosphere second. So what are the units of rate in gaseous reactions means atmosphere second inverse. Okay, this is the units of rate. Units of rate when reactants or products in gaseous phase. Gaseous phase. Okay. So when reactants and products are in gaseous phase, the units of rate is atmosphere second.